Hi everyone, and welcome back to Faith and Flower. If you're new, my name is Robin, and today we're in our family's, I guess you would call it, multi-purpose room. This room does serve a lot of purposes for our family. It's a media room, it's a game room, kind of a family room area, plus my husband uses it as his office when he works from home. So it has to do a lot of things, and my goal for today is to eliminate the things that we are not getting use out of, clearing out the clutter, making it a calm, peaceful place for our family to enjoy a movie together, to play some games together, and for my husband to do his work. I'm using the method that's outlined in Joshua Becker's book called The Minimalist Home. And this book has really inspired me to go room by room in our home and really minimize for our family, eliminating all of the things that we are not using, or as Marie Kondo would say, do not spark joy for our family, and just taking up space and causing a lot of physical clutter, but also mental clutter. And so I started yesterday in our living room, and it only took a few minutes, and I will have that video posted in the cards above if you guys are interested in watching that. And today I'm going to do our family's media room, and I expect that it'll take a little bit longer in here, but it's still an easy place to start in your home, the common areas that your family uses, so that you can get that room in order just as you would like, and that will give you momentum to move on to the areas that might be a little harder, a little more complicated, and a little more time consuming. So let's get started. I'm starting off by doing some general tidying up and just putting away the things that are laying on our couch and on the coffee table. One of the things I wanted to do was to rearrange our family's game drawer. We keep them all in here, but a lot of them are just not accessible because of the way everything's piled on top of each other. So I wanted to try my good friend Shannon Torren's suggestion of filing all of the games. I love the system that she showed in her recent video, and I really wanted to make that work. But several of the games were too tall for me to be able to close the drawer that way, so I needed to rethink maybe another place in this room where we could store our games so I could try out her system. We store a couple of block maze games that have really large boxes in this drawer on the other side, and it's also where we keep all of the blankets that we use when we're snuggling up watching movies together here. Bookcase in the corner is where we keep a lot of the books that belong to my boys, and we did a lot of reading when they were growing up, and we've decided to keep most of these for the time being since we have the room here. I also won't be doing any decluttering on my husband's desk. This is where he works when he is at home. We have a lot of storage in this little nook in the corner of our media room, and actually most of the upper shelves are pretty well organized, and I'll show you guys what we have in each one. We have a small beverage refrigerator here, which is really nice for when we are up here watching movies or for my husband to be able to use while he's working. I'm not planning on making any changes to these first two cabinets that I'm going to show you. They house a few more books and then a lot of the model train accessories that belong to my husband and boys. And they are working well for us in this space. They're pretty well organized, and I don't need the space for any other purpose, so I've decided to leave it as is. In this cabinet we have more train things, my son's video game collection, a whole bunch of CDs and DVDs. I'm not a big fan of paper products, but I do keep a few things in these drawers next to the refrigerator in case we have drinks up here because we don't have a sink in this area. They are rarely used but really convenient when you need them. The drawer under that is empty, and the bottom drawer has an old Wii console that is no longer working, and my son has already replaced it, so we are going to get rid of that. These other 2 drawers have video game equipment that belongs to my sons, and anything that they aren't using anymore will clear out. And underneath those drawers is where we have the real problem. We have stuffed this cabinet full of things when we moved in 3 years ago that we weren't sure we wanted to get rid of, and they have just sat here ever since. So it is time for us to go in, pull everything out, let everybody see what we have, what we want to keep, what we want to donate, and what needs to be thrown away. So I'm going to start here and just pull everything out because I don't even remember what we've put in here. Minimalism can mean different things for different people, and I think it's a lot less about the number of things you own and more about managing your possessions, having the amount that works for your family in a way that lets you focus on the important things in life. When you're spending too much time managing your possessions and it prevents you from having quality time with your family and using the spaces in your home the way that they were intended, then it's time to do some decluttering. This old Apple computer is something that's really special to my husband, so I know that I'm going to be just putting that one right back in the cabinet. And so now the sorting begins, and I'm just going to go through and sort of assess what we have. And as it turns out, so many of these things are things that belong to my sons and to my husband, not just me, so I can't make a unilateral decision here. I need to consult with them. So I basically made different piles for each person to look through, and then I took a day for them to do that, and then I got back to work organizing all of the cabinets. So after everybody had a chance to go through their piles and determine what was going to be kept, what was going to be donated, and what was going to be thrown out, we were able to put the things back in the cabinet that we wanted to keep. And there really were only a few things, like this Apple computer that belonged to my husband, and now I've got lots of space for putting all of these games. And this is very exciting to me because now I can use Shannon's system to basically file all of the games. For the small things that weren't easy to file, I put them in this small fabric basket that can be slid in and out to find what we need. I'm so excited that I could make this work because I think it's going to be so much easier for us to find the games that we're looking for, and we'll probably play a lot of the games that we haven't thought about because they've been at the bottom of the pile in our drawer. And all of my decluttering inspired my husband to do some decluttering of his own in his desk area. We decided that we no longer needed to keep our CD collection. Most of our favorites were already stored on our computers, and so we went through and pulled out any that we may have missed. We downloaded those onto our laptops into iTunes, and that way we had them if we wanted them, but we cleared all of the space in our cabinet. We decided to keep all of the DVDs and video games. These are things that my son really enjoys using, and we do have the space for them in the cabinet. So we decided to just organize them a little bit by category so that everything is easy to find and accessible. Having all of the games and media organized this way will help our family enjoy this room for the purpose that it was intended, both as a game room and as a media room. Only thing I left on top of the coffee table was a set of coasters, and in the drawers we just have the blankets on this side. And on the other side, I put the games that weren't easy to put into the file system that we have in the cabinet. Even though most of our clutter was hidden away in drawers and cabinets in this room, now that we've sorted through everything, organized it better, and gotten rid of the clutter that we don't need, the room is so much more functional and we can use it the way that it was intended. I hope that this video gave you some motivation and inspiration for decluttering an area in your home. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and I'll be sure to make more. And if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. It's absolutely free, and if you activate the notification bell, you'll be notified each time I upload a new video and you won't miss out on anything. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great week and happy decluttering.